taking time out of your day today to come and visit with us a while, learn about our department, learn how you can build your tech path and unlock the IT opportunities that are in this area. Hi, I am Jennifer Simmons Page, and I am a coordinator here at the college working in the Workforce Continuing Education in the Information Technology Division. I will be guiding you down for the next few minutes, and I'm also honored tonight to have several of my co-workers on here as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to enter into the chat. They will be monitoring those communications in the back as well. And if I can't answer something, they should be able to help us out. So we'll go ahead and get started. So you may be asking, what is the purpose of workforce IT training? The first piece of it is for entry level. We're here to help individuals build foundational knowledge and skills to transition to IT roles. So some of you may have experience in the field. You may be looking for a career transition. Uh, in this case, let me ask, how many of you are currently working in IT, in the IT field? If you could use your hand up at the top, the raise your hand, that will give me a kind of an estimate to know exactly how many of you are working.
And Jennifer, can you also share your screen as well?
Oh, sorry.
I see screen. So
One second. Thank you for saying that. All right, let me go here and slideshow. Does that mean change? So you guys missed my whole beautiful first slide. All right, hold on one second. We'll remedy that. Okay. Now, do we have everybody is able to see now?
Yes.
yes, I
Okay, great. So I do see a few hands raised for those individuals who are currently working in the IT industry. So welcome. Um, and for those of you who are not, as I mentioned, the purpose of workforce IT training is as an entry level to build those foundational knowledge and skills to transition to IT roles. The other individuals or the other is for upskilling. And that would affect some of you who are on the call now that are currently in the industry. You're looking either to build on your existing skills for career advancement or looking to focus in another area. And I was just noticing in the chat, could you raise your hand if you cannot see the slide? Okay, so I've got one. Okay. All right. So I will be kind of going from the slide itself. So if I say something for those who cannot see it, please let me know. Also, this is being recorded and will be posted later if you'd like to come back in to see. So I apologize for anyone who is having difficulty seeing that. So workforce continuing education IT classes provide opportunities. As I mentioned earlier, we have continuous learning. We have classes that focus on the core, critical, and emerging technologies that align with industry trends here in the Wake County area. So we're not teaching you things that are going to be of no use here. We want the jobs to stay in Wake County, and we want our citizens in this county to be able to fulfill those job requirements for our industry stakeholders. We also have flexible class scheduling. So for those of you who are working during the day, we have several classes that are offered at night. We have day classes, we have weekend classes, we have online, we have in person. So as you can see, it's really a flexible schedule. Most of our classes do meet 3 hours. There are exceptions to those, 2 times a week. But I will show you in just a few minutes how you can find out exactly what classes are being offered during our time. And then one of the great advantages of our department or our programs in our department are that you are eligible to crosswalk to a degree for an associate. And so that is a great thing to be able to do, is to get those skills where you can go into the work industry right now, start working, and then, as I said, crosswalk to the degree side, to the curriculum programs of Wake Tech, and be able to actually obtain a degree on your own pace. So that is definitely an adventure there, or advantage there, sorry. And on your journey, you have several individuals in our department that can help. In our department, we have myself, Jennifer Simmons Page, as a coordinator. We have Andrea Beth Mears, who is also a coordinator, and Ana Flores is our technical assistant, and Rochelle Waters is another coordinator. And we are supervised by Dr. Letitia Alford, who is our Senior Director for the IT Workforce Readiness. So she's out in the community communicating with these companies that are looking to hire. So they're giving her feedback. We take that feedback and we're developing new courses. And in our spring courses coming up, you'll see quite a few new introductions of courses based upon the information that she's received during her research. So I thank her for doing that. Keeps us relevant and keeps us able to offer you guys the best education we can. So I keep mentioning industry partners, industry. What would you think of one of the things we do offer are certifications with certain industries? Um, what are some industry certifications you would think about? No one?
Sorry, it may have been moving. Will you say it again?
I was asking what type of industry certifications do you think you could earn in our department that would be consistent with being able for you to show evidence of your knowledge in a topic? And I saw someone said CompTIA, Microsoft Developer, Managing Employees, Hospitality, Salesforce CRM, okay, cybersecurity. All right, you guys are getting some good ones out. Software. So we do have several different certifications. We have an AWS certification that can be obtained. We have Cisco certification. CompTIA, I saw several of you mention the security in your answers. For software, we actually partner with Certiport. They have an information technology specialist program, and in that, you can obtain certification in Python, databases, HTML and CSS, and JavaScript. So those are the 4 that we associate with the Certiport and software development. We also have Microsoft. This would be for those individuals who are interested in more of the administration side of the house. We have Microsoft Office classes, and we also have the opportunity to earn an Excel certification in the data analytics class. As we move into our future here at the college, did you have a question?
Yes. So you said we can get the Microsoft certificate, or that was Excel certificate on data analytics.
Correct. And
I was go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was looking, but there's no available classes for that.
So the data analytics classes right now, I think we do have one that will start in November. We are going to go through and I'll actually show you where you can find our classes, where they're offered, and we'll take an opportunity to look at those. So we'll make sure that you know how to get there. One of the things that I always like to do with these open houses is actually walk it through because it can be a little tricky to find if you don't know where to go. So I'll make sure that we cover that, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, as I was saying, as we're moving into this new Chinmay, did you have a question as well? Okay.
Yeah, I
As
have a question, sorry.
yes,
Uh, I was wondering, so I've been told that IT class is just online. Is there no class in person?
there
I
are
just
going
want
to
to
be.
start.
Yes. So there will be classes that will be offered on campus. Um, right now, we're in that period of rebuilding our courses, and we will have out shortly the courses that will be starting in the new year. Again, I will show you where you'll be able to find the new courses as they're posted and how you can see the information.
Thank you. How about you?
And Rochelle Waters is also in the back ground, and she will be here to answer your questions. So if you do have a question that I miss or I don't stop, she'll be able to answer that if you send that to her. And again, that's Rochelle Waters. Okay.
I got it. Thank you.
All right. So in the industry as it's developing, we are looking at putting out courses that are looking towards business applications in IT, business intelligence, cloud computing, cybersecurity. That's certainly the buzzword right now, with all the systems, digital media and design. IT support is still there, especially if you have a people personality. IT support is a great field to go into. Network operating systems, networking itself, um, technology basics. So if you're not familiar with the IT field and you need to catch up, that's one area that you can do that. Hold on one second. Somebody just took the 17. Well, that does certainly not work. I will ask if you are in the presentation, please do not take control of the presentation, because that's what's happening and somebody is doing that and it has taken us back out. So um, if you'll refrain from that, that will help us be able to move forward.
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't get what you just said. I'm sorry.
The slide, if you're asking for permission to present, or if you're taking the permission away, you're causing the presentation to stop. So if you would please not take control of the presentation, okay? And that's not that it's you, but somebody is, and so it's just a general request.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. I think that will work to stop that. Okay. So technology basics is also another area that we focus on for those individuals who are looking to build a foundation to go into those upper tier applications such as programming or data analytics, or the very next category, which is web mobile app development. So we have a variety of that. And someone had asked about the Propel program, and we are going to look at that. In fact, right now we have next steps. So just with a quick survey of the audience here, what programs are you interested in? And you can either, speak out or put it in the chat. Are you here for data analytics? Are you here for programming, web design, cybersecurity, networking, technology basics, animation, cybersecurity? Okay, I see somebody's cybersecurity boot camp. Okay, business analyst certificates, business intelligence, cybersecurity, project management, Cisco, network technician, IT support, business intelligence. So you guys are very, very varied. This is great. I love it. I love seeing the different interests. So you may be saying to yourself, what are the next steps that you need to take? One, is there anybody here who is absolutely undecided on what they want to do in the future? Or not quite sure? Okay. There is an excellent resource. Um, okay, great. I'm glad to hear my son is watching with me, undecided, not sure. Yes, yes. Okay. So I would strongly suggest that you go out um, to ONET Resource Center. Um, there is the link in here. And again, as I mentioned, this will be posted. But this site, let's see if I can put it over the presentation without it going away. Let's see what happens. And of course, you can follow along by clicking the link there. But this is the site, and it gives sectors where you can find occupations that have bright outlooks. And bright outlooks are characterized as those positions that will increase over the next 10 years. They are usually numerous job offerings, rapid growth, new and emerging, all bright outlook occupations. And if you see the sun beside it, that is a bright outlook. So you can go in, you can click on a topic, and it will give you the information related to that, how you have to study, the skills you may need. The other great thing is if you have no clue at all, they have an interest profiler that you can complete. You can click on that and it will walk you through your different interests. And I would suggest strongly being honest with yourself. That is the best way to get the answers that you're seeking. So, all right. So this is one place that you can go for that. All right. The next slide is the one that I really want us to focus on. This is the workforce IT contact information. If you have your cell phone with you, you can scan the code that is located there. You can also get in touch with us by emailing us at ncce@waitech.edu or our phone numbers. But this link actually takes us to the information technology certifications website. Can you see the information that's here now? Anybody not able to see it?
See what exactly?
It's a page to information technology certification on the Wake Tech site.
Oh, okay. I gotta scan it, so I got it.
Okay. Okay. Let me share. Window. And we are going to share. Okay. There we go. So if you do scan that QR code, it takes you to the information technology certifications. This is where you can see the courses that are offered. If you have a specific area that you're interested in, you can use the links at the very top. As you see, Amazon Web Services, CIS Auditor, Cisco, CompTIA, Cybersecurity, Microsoft Programming, and Red Hat is still there. We have financial assistance is available. This was what someone mentioned or asked about earlier, which is the Propel funding. The Propel opens up periodically. Right now, the next time it is scheduled to open will be November 1st. And it is just a simple way to actually, it appears up here. And so the link will be here when it does open. As you can see right now, it does say, you know, it's currently closed and it'll reopen on November 1st. But these do help pay for courses at the college that are related to the workforce industry. For our classes, you can come down, you can see them here. If you click on the details, you do see the course information, such as the description, the outline of each course. So that would show you exactly what is taught in the course, along with your outcomes, any type of certification that's listed. If there's requirements, most of our courses are going to ask that you have either completed the data literacy course that we offer or have the equivalent knowledge of that. If you click on more details, you'll also find your course contact information. So if you needed to reach out to Rochelle, her information is here, and you can send her an email to ask about any questions you might have with the material. If you decide you're ready to register for the course, you would click on the register button, and this would show you exactly the information on the course. We can see this one's a Saturday 9 to 12 and then a 1 to 4. So this is a full Saturday class. You can select it and it goes into your little planning section. And you can go to next. And you would be asked a series of questions and you would fill this out and it will walk you through that system. If you hit any snags or need assistance, the CE registrar information is listed here, and they will be happy to help on that. And I'm going to go ahead and place back up the link that was on the presentation to get to that site. And I'm going to open up information or for questions. I see there's one in the link right now that says, are you going to talk about HVAC? HVAC does not fall under the IT fundamentals field. There's someone else on the call that could direct Aiden to information on that service would be great. There we go. Dr. Alford has posted that. It's for mbeckers@waketech.edu. Uh, and again, I'm going to put that last slide up. All right. Is there any financial assistance available for data analytics? Yes, there is. That would be through the Propel program. And again, that will open November 1st. And if you need to find it, you can Google Propel and Wake Tech, and it comes up easily. And one of my other co-workers will put in the exact link to that site. So you have that. Someone asked, do you have to have your GED for Propel? That is not a question that I have the answer to. I'm not sure. The individuals, offices that do work with Propel would be able to provide that information. That's Dr. Alford.
And Jennifer, let me step in and
Yeah.
share a little bit of information. I see there are quite a few questions talking about financial assistance for Propel. For the Propel website, we pasted the link in the chat. So please take a look at that. I'm posting it again. That particular application is scheduled to open on November the 1st. One thing that we do want to keep in mind is we do focus on IT training for our particular area as it relates to non-degree. For the Propel portion, although we can't speak for that particular department. For those of you that are interested in seeking financial assistance, we can't guarantee that you will get it. However, we can say that historically, quite a few participants or applicants have gotten it. But if you have questions for it, please visit propel.waketech.edu. And again, that particular link is inside of the chat. There was a question earlier, I thought, that actually asked about having reimbursement for those particular courses that you enroll in, although historically there have been times where those courses may have been reimbursed. Let's say that you decided to take a particular IT training class and enroll in it, and you went to the Propel site. You saw that it was one that could be eligible for funding and applied. Although it's not guaranteed that you would be reimbursed, Propel, the staff there could let you know if you're likely to be reimbursed. So that's reevaluated each academic term or during each application period. So not guaranteed, but yet that's something that you can certainly apply for and then seek feedback from the Propel team for that. So just wanted to share that, Jennifer, to put that out there.
I appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Do you know the answer to the question? I would assume that if it is fine to apply without a GED because it's workforce training to Propel. Would you know the answer to that, though?
No. Can the person come online to ask that specific question? Meaning, can you unmute your mic and share what specifically you're asking for there?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm currently enrolled of getting my GED, and I'm really trying to find a career that is going to allow me to do that while getting my GED, and also getting assistance as well. Like, I want to do the IT tech, but will I be able to do certain classes with me not having my completed GED? Is like what I'm really trying to understand.
So a couple of things. The first one is I personally wouldn't be able to speak directly to whether or not you would be able to do both simultaneously, but here's what I would encourage you to do. If you're interested in seeking the Propel funding to find out if you can do both, their team does have what we call supports available, individuals that would be able to give you that type of guidance in order to help you navigate that. I would encourage you to reach out to them. So for the Propel site, and Rochelle, if you would take a look at that site and add in the Propel email address so that she can actually have access to that. They do a great job of actually providing guidance and being able to answer that for you.
Okay, thank you.
And look, Tashira, is that your name, Tashira?
Yes, ma'am.
So one other thing that I would add, what we're looking for with our courses, because they are non-degree based, is for participants to take a look at what the requirements are. So you don't have to necessarily have a degree for entry or enrollment or consideration for our courses. Take a look at the prerequisite and see what's requested to determine sometimes, is that particular path a good fit for you? And if you're not sure, one thing that you can do is also reach out to the course coordinator, which is the supervisor of that area, and they can assist you with that. When seeking sponsorship, such as financial assistance with Propel, again, they're able to give you additional supports and referrals to help you move forward should you be one of the participants that they have in their program.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And hope I'm showing the Propel page with the email address for, and I'm going to copy and paste that.
And Jennifer, it doesn't show up yet. It looks like it has the Workforce IT contact information, but if you could bring that up, that could be helpful.
Okay. And
I just posted the email address in the chat. If this is not the correct one, Dr. Offer, please let me know.
so to kind of summarize support. Okay, so we have a lot of questions in the site here, in the chat. We make sure that we're covering okay, we did speak about Propel. Someone said I'm currently majoring in cybersecurity, but I want to switch to network. Are you in the curriculum program or are you in a workforce course right now that's cybersecurity? Okay. Elena, you had asked about, do you need to take any of these courses first if you want to learn medical billing and coding course, and you've never worked for an IT, you may benefit from our course that we offer, which is the Computer Technology Basics for Digital Literacy. And for anyone who is starting out in IT, if you do not have that experience, as you can see here from details, if we go in and look at the course outline, if you're able to perform and understand the course objectives that are listed, then we consider that to be equivalent knowledge, and you could move on into that program. There is an opportunity in this course to earn a certification in Microsoft Word, which will evidence to potential employers that you have completed and have basic digital literacy skills and that you're understanding the basics of Word. So that is that course. So anybody who is looking at that, it's a good place to start. That's one of the great things about our department is we try to provide opportunities for everyone to on-ramp wherever they're at. So if they have a background in IT and they're looking to build more skills, they can do that. If you've never worked in IT, you may start, building your foundation and adding to it as you go along.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Let's see. I'm just, if I haven't spoken to your question, I'm getting down toward the end.
Someone asked a
Um,
question saying, I am in IT Part 2 right now. It looks like Marja. I'm in IT Part 2 right now. After this class, which class can I take in IT? Can you share more information about that?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, great. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, I just want to see that. So I've finished IT part 1, and now I'm in IT part 2. It may finish in a two or 1 week, but after this class, I think we can take some certificate class in IT. But these classes which you mentioned here, can we take any of them here?
Yes, so with the classes, what I was sharing earlier with one of the individuals that asked a question, with the classes that we offer, we only ask and we can't mandate, but we really try to persuade individuals to make sure you have the prerequisites. So earlier, Jennifer was sharing. Jennifer, can you click on the requirements tab, please? On the screen for that you have. So in short, if you take a look at this screen, it says, does it have
None.
yeah, so this course has no prerequisite. So this one is the Computer Technology Basics for Digital Literacy. So for all of our courses for workforce IT, what you'll notice is that take a look in the prerequisite section. If you meet those criteria, then you would be a really good candidate for that class for enrollment. And so one of the questions I have based on what you're sharing is looking at the class that you're currently in, it could be helpful to know where are you enrolled in that class, and is it Wake Tech, and what, I'm not clear on what the title is to be able to give some other information, or is that one of the classes that you're enrolled in for our team?
It is in Wake Tech, teacher, yes.
And is it the degree side or non-degree?
Not degree, no.
Okay, so what we'll do, I'll have someone actually reach out to you. And so your name is Marsha Hashimi?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'll have someone reach out to you. In this particular case, Rochelle, if you would contact her just to get some more information in order to provide further assistance. And then that way we can determine how to best help you move forward. Okay, Marsha?
Okay, thank you so much for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Alford.
You're welcome.
And then we did have a question about, could we speak about the 30-week cybersecurity program that starts in November? Can you provide any guidance on that, Dr. Alford?
So if you would, Jennifer, bring that particular course up so we can talk about that. One thing that I do want to share is that Jennifer talked a little bit earlier about our spring courses upcoming for 2025. So at Wake Tech, for our non-degree programs, we typically update those every 3 years, approximately, unless we have a version change in the credential, meaning the third-party certification it's aligned with. The CompTIA cybersecurity course, oh, is that the one that we're talking about? I thought they were talking about the CYSA.
They want to talk about Sentinel.
Okay, let me get confirmation on that. So for the individual that put that in there, I saw 3 hearts. Can someone speak to the question that they posted in the chat pertaining to the cybersecurity so we can make sure we're answering the right question?
Hello, yes. So I wanted to know if you can elaborate on this program since it is starting. It says it's starting next month. Is it still open to apply? And if so, how will we go about that?
Okay, and so your name's Danielle?
Yes.
Okay, so Danielle, I'm looking at what Jennifer has on the screen. Is this what you're referencing, which is the Sentinel Cybersecurity Bootcamp?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so for this particular cohort of students, they were looking to select 16. As I understand it, the applications just closed within the last 2 days, and they would be considering another cohort starting sometime next year, but the details for that piece have not been finalized. And based on the information that I received yesterday, they don't have the application open at this time for additional applicants. So I do want to share that part. And Jennifer, if you would scroll back up to the top for me. So in short, with the Sentinel Cybersecurity Bootcamp, this grant is one that we were recently awarded really back in August of 2024 of this year. And it is one that is with the is sponsored by the National Science Foundation. The goal of this course is to provide training to individuals who are enrolled in our workforce courses. And it's also a collaboration between in our division for information technology with non-degree and our degree team. So we have a highly decorated professor who teaches that particular class. And I think right now that is Assistant Professor Sandelio Caba. He has extensive experience in the industry, has worked for Cisco, has dealt extensively with wiring, and he has a lot of certifications and has also worked in the military. And so with that, he's actually providing training to our students in this particular course. When we take a look at it, it is about 30 to 33 weeks in length. The class that we currently have that's upcoming is scheduled to start on November the 18th. It is an in-person class, so it's mandatory for students to attend in person. And with that, students are paid $15 an hour to participate in training. And at the same time, they'll be given $15 an hour to gain experience working with an employer and also working with a mentor. So you'll be paired with a mentor in the very first week of that particular class. Students do also receive a breakfast each day with that particular class, and typically it runs from 9 to 12. So each class meeting is for 3 hours, and it meets Monday through Friday, just to give a little bit of information about that. Scroll down a little bit more, Jennifer. To participate in this program, you do have to be a Wake County resident, at least 18 years of age. So that information is shared in there. And in order to select the participants for that class, there's a host of eligibility requirements that you must meet in order to be considered. So if you're interested in that program, even though the application window for this cohort has passed, consider applying next year once that opens back up. The class that we currently have scheduled to begin is supposed to end sometime in, I think it's May of 2025. And then we're looking to start another one after then, again, seeking 16 more students. That could increase to 24, but definitely looking for 16 students. Does that answer your question,
Thank you.
Danielle, or did you have something else?
It does. It does. Thank you. And is there so since this is closed, is there a course that is somewhat similar to at least cybersecurity that's starting soon?
So we do have a cybersecurity course. Jennifer is the supervisor for that particular one. I'll let her speak to what we have for this current academic period. Okay, so Jennifer is the supervisor for that particular course for cybersecurity. But before she speaks to that, so that the course and the information she's going to share is for this academic period. As we transition into the spring of next year, our offerings are going to change to make sure there's alignment with the credential that we're offering for cybersecurity, but also trying to give an opportunity for students to get some of those entry-level cybersecurity skills, because we do see that there is a need for really all IT students to have knowledge of just some basic information that's pertinent to cybersecurity in order to protect the employer's workplace, as well as, in our personal lives as well, for technology. So Jennifer, if you would talk about the one for the fall.
Okay, so currently we do not have anything scheduled to start this fall. It will begin with the new year, but we will be aligning, as Dr. Alford said, with the industry. I can share with you some of the details that we did have with this course. We started with the CompTIA COISA Plus certification. We went through the Linux for cybersecurity, and we also had a part in project management. So this was a very intensive program. It also does last about 6 months, but very great introduction into the cybersecurity industry. So I would suggest, checking back with us toward the beginning of the year. Well, not even the beginning of the year, in the next couple of weeks to see the new classes.
And one thing that you can do, let me say a couple of things. And Jennifer, if you would scroll back up some. For this new course that's coming up for the spring of 2025, we're going to have our new schedule coming out within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So you'll be able to see that posted on the website. One aim that we do have is, is just as Jennifer's just shared, the current course, I think, is about 144 hours with this cybersecurity, and it is a 3-part series course. So what that means in short is that because it's bundled, it starts out with students actually getting exposure to the CompTIA cybersecurity exam, transitions to them getting skills with Linux cybersecurity, and then ends with them getting the project management, because we do find that with many of the IT roles, that project management is essential to those positions, which is very different than what we've seen historically. And so because of that, that's one of the components that we built into the course. One of our aims for our workforce students is to do two things. One, we do want to have alignment with our degree program. So we want to make sure that students have upward mobility and have the opportunity to get credit for the learning that they've already gained. And in short, we're talking about credit for prior learning. And so one way that we're doing that is to try to have that crosswalk that Jennifer talked about earlier, going from the CompTIA cybersecurity course and transitioning into a degree-bearing program if that's something they'd like to pursue. But what it requires is one of two things. Right now, you can do that either by getting the CompTIA cybersecurity credential. So you need that third-party industry certification, and that would take the place of one of the courses that's on the degree side. That way you get credit for what you've already learned in non-degree. Or if there's a challenge exam that you take when you want to enter a specific course, that could be a cybersecurity course, and it is specified. So we would just put you in contact with whoever that is on the degree side for whatever that course is that you would get credit for in relation to that challenge exam, so that you wouldn't have to take that course. So if you already have the proper competencies, then you could skip that course. With that being said, our aim is on the non-degree side to try and simplify that some, because what we're finding is that a lot of the non-degree students are having difficulty going to classes that are so long. So when we go into next semester, our goal is to make sure that we have shorter classes available, so that, let's say, for instance, you can't take a bundled 3-tiered course and you only want to focus on CompTIA cybersecurity, for example, then we would be able to actually have that package so you focus on that one topic. And then if you're able to come back and take the other part of that learning plan, you're able to move forward. So that's one of the aims. That's one of the key pieces that we're focusing on making different for the upcoming academic term, as opposed to having this as a longer course right now. And so that would be like 40 hours as opposed to 144 hours right now.
Okay. And I know there are several questions in the chat that we have not gotten to. We are at 5:58. So I would encourage that if there is a specific topic that you are interested in, and it is on our page, that you do reach out to the individual who is listed under the more details. Of course, contact information is listed there with the email and the phone number. And I just want to say thank you for coming tonight. I hope we were able to answer many of your questions. And we will be on here for just another minute. One person did ask Dr. Alford, when will Sentinel applicants know if they are accepted and integrated in the boot camp starting in November?
Well, knowing that that contract in terms of the course enrollment is due to start on November the 18th, look to hear something within the next 2 weeks.
Okay,
and it's certainly
thank
got to be
you.
well before then. But the class won't be published because it will be based on the applications that we have. And thank y'all so much for attending tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good night.
And I will go ahead and be stopping the meeting, ending the meeting. So please, again, reach out if you need anything. And thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good evening.
Thank you too.